Hi, welcome to the Hawley Area Community Show. I'm Jody, brought to you by Reach in Hawley, Minnesota. Today we have Karen Myron, who works with the Foreign Exchange Program at the Hawley schools. And we're going to talk to Karen a little bit about her past experiences and some opportunities that folks have. So welcome, Karen.
Thank you, Jody. This is really, I feel real privileged to even be invited by you to come and talk. This is great.
We're so happy to have you here because I've known Karen for many years.
Right.
And she's always been a vital part of the community with several programs.
Right.
But today we're going to focus on the foreign exchange program. So I was wondering, how long have you been involved with this, getting these kids from all over the world to come to these schools?
Well, this is really, people laugh, you know, when I tell them, oh, I think a good 30 years or so, and they say, what? And I said, yes. I said, when I was in junior college in Pasadena, California, I saw these two Japanese girls sitting there, and I thought, gee, I wonder if I can talk to them and help them with their English. And I went over there, and I thought, well, it just kind of started, and we just went from there, you know, talking, and I'm thinking, that's one way of learning about a country that you're not familiar with. And this is now like, this brings me up to the present. I look for kids who we don't know anything about. Do you know where the deepest lake in the world is?
I have no idea. Big Cormorant or?
Lake Baikal, B-A-I-K-A-L in Russia. And I thought, this girl has got to come to Minnesota because we have all these lakes here. And sure enough, I found a family. And the hardest part is finding families. But I thought, and then I'm looking and I'm thinking, okay, now what do we know about some of these countries? We don't. And people said, Montenegro, where's that? Well, Yugoslavia got divided up into 5 countries. Oh, really? You know, I mean, so see, and we're so fortunate. We are so far in America where everything, we're very lucky. Some of these kids, they've been in countries that have been overrun, or Russia's been in charge, or Germany. You know, like in Germany, when the wall, I was lucky enough to be there 2 weeks before the wall came down. I thought, I know it's coming down because they're going around it. Well, this one boy that he lived in Berlin, and the wall had come down. I mean, this is just amazing, just amazing. And to listen to them talk about what it was like, oh my goodness, we have no idea how fortunate we are.
Yeah, it's such a rich experience for when these students come to Hawley. For the students in the schools, they learn so much firsthand. And I know my children have befriended some of these children and never would have known about different parts of the country. And I know the adults that have them, these host families, find it to be a very rich experience too, and so you need to take a lot of credit for that. What is the name of the organization that you're affiliated with?
CIEE, Council on International Education Exchange.
Okay.
Now, when I first started, I started with Experiment International Living, and this was the very first original exchange program, because they felt the only real way to learn is to live with a family. And that's right. And then I see these kids, they come from big cities, and they think, you know, you come to small cities, look at what you can do, what you learn. And people are saying hi, and they say, I don't even know them, but they wave to me.
Yeah.
And I think, isn't this great?
That's part of the small town experience that they get to enjoy. And we're going to take a little break now, but we're going to come back and talk to Karen more about her experiences and opportunities for folks.
Okay.
We're back with Karen Myron talking about the foreign exchange program that every year you seem to get just a wonderful crop of kids.
Right.
What are some of the countries that they have come from, and what are some of the ages of the children and that sort of thing? I've met some of them, but I know there have been many I haven't met.
Okay, no, we head from Kazakhstan. Okay, and like I say, I look at some of these, and they're grant students, so they're scholarship.
Okay,
they're
so these
chosen.
are good students.
Yeah.
These are typically very good students with good grades and that sort of
And
thing.
most of them are in the A honor roll, the B honor roll, and I think English isn't even their first language. And
Yeah.
I mean, they're reaching out, and they're sharing their country with ours, and they're learning firsthand by being involved, you know. And I usually look for kids that are interested in music because we've got such a good music program and a drama program and sports program. Okay, then last year we had from Kyrgyzstan, and then we've had from the Czech Republic, which got divided up into 3 countries.
Yeah.
You know,
The world is changing so much.
I know,
Yeah.
Yugoslavia divided into 5 countries, and people say, well, oh my gosh, how do you know? I don't. I look for places we don't know anything about, because how I might not ever get there, but I'm going to know about it because someone came from that country.
Sure. I know you've had students from Asia, I know
Right.
South Korea and
South America,
South America.
now Africa.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, great, last year.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
We had an African student. That's wonderful. And
Right.
it's you know, this world is getting smaller. It seems
is.
like we're able to get information about these children long before they even come here now with the internet.
Right.
So let's talk a little bit about that. If someone is watching this and they say, how can I be a host family? Or you have something called a welcome family.
Right,
Can you
right.
talk a little bit about that?
Okay, I brought along some information on host family, becoming a host family, and it's a, you can get on the website and you can find out yourself. And also you can call the 800 number and get some information that way.
Because it's a year commitment, right? They
Right.
come at the beginning of the school year
August,
and
usually.
typically stay till August. You're
No,
saying-
stay till June.
They stay till June.
Yeah, or 2 weeks after graduation.
Okay,
Or
and they
school's up.
actually live within your home. What if you just don't have the space? What if they don't have their own room?
They don't need their own room. All they need is a separate bed.
Okay,
They have medical insurance. They have their own spending money. So it's just for you to provide a bed to sleep in, and breakfast and supper.
okay.
And it is not, you do not have to travel all over the
You don't
country.
you don't have to take them around
No,
all the
no,
time
no,
necessarily, unless you want to.
Yeah,
And
and-
how about what would it cost for someone typically? I'm sure you've had that question asked.
Yeah, it's wanting to do it. You don't get paid. You can't measure in dollars and cents what you get out of it. I mean, now we had a girl from Japan. She's been back to visit us 4 times. She came back for our anniversary. I said, you can't spend that money. You're my parents. You're my family.
Oh, that's
you know,
wonderful.
and then she brought her daughter, and I'm thinking, and you don't ever say goodbye. You'll just keep in touch, because we have. And this one boy we had from Germany, you still make Rice Krispie bars? I taught him how to do that.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's simple. It's not trying to show him how grand things are. I mean, just simple things.
Just to live in your experience.
Right.
So we'll put on the screen the information
Okay.
and the phone number that they can call, because I understand you need a few more families.
Right.
Thank you so much, Karen, for being here and telling us about this rich and wonderful program. And I'd like to thank the viewers for joining us. This is Jody on behalf of REACH in Hawley, Minnesota. See you next time.